Hello there, welcome to JonnyBuildz. I'm your host, of course, Johnny, and we should not have any issues with static. Figured out what it is. It is definitely crossing wires and stuff, so we should be good there. What do we got here? Old's Diver Leader. Hi, how you doing? Good to see you. You're new, unless you've changed your name. Appreciate you being here. My cat is moving and shifting behind my computer, which means it'll probably run into it, my camera. Oh, okay, you did another name change. Why do you keep changing your name? That's just funny. Anyway, as you can see, we are going to be working on part of Hoth. It's a big part of Hoth. It's the doors that opening for the base, as you can see, but you know, I'm going to try to motorize them, so it should be the last one. Maybe we'll see. Some of the stuff, though, that I got while I was in Florida, little Kirby, that I'm going to use for a thing later. Hey, Dusty, how you doing? Good to see you. No crackling tonight. Promise that. Hopefully the camera stays, though. But anyway, got this little Kirby. This is Fire Kirby from Kirby Superstars. These are nano bricks, and he turned out really cool, and I can't wait to make him out of Lego bricks. That'll be fun. We'll put him to the side for now. Also got these. We went to the Orlando Brick Company, which is a sister of Atlanta Brick Company, and got these little Lego, 3D printed lightsaber pens, which are kind of cool. And I got a whole lot of other stuff. One of the things we're going to do later tonight, we're going to play with this. I haven't gotten to play with it yet, because I got it before we were leaving for Florida. This is another levitation thing that's more powerful than the one I have been using with the Lego Space Baby, and works a little bit differently. It's adjustable up. Nope, Paisley, you cannot be up here. Sorry. My big cat tried to get up here, and there's just no room for her. So, yeah. So we're gonna try that a little bit later. So, I wanted to show you something real quick before we get started. These are oldie but goodie pieces. These are a gear and track system that was designed back with Futron. These two are from the Blacktron message intercept base, but they actually started with the Futron series doing some of these, where you have a track that can go both vertical. So if you look, this is vertical, so it can go up and down like that, or it can be placed horizontal in the same brick, which is really cool. So it's got this little notch here that allows it to go up and down, or you go horizontal. So we're going to have them go horizontal, and we're going to use these to make the doors open all at the same time. So did I work out the times for the last stream? Times for which last stream? I don't know what stream you're talking about. Okay, so there we go. All right, so to get to that point, we need to take this apart. This is not my work. This is the guy that's done the base, the wall essentially, back for the Hoth base, whereas I've done the snowfield forward. So this has to come apart in order to access the tops of the doors. So we're going to do that first. So let's see what we can get into, huh? Lots of things to talk about, by the way. Lots of leaks have just come out, so we need to talk about those. Oh, the timer wasn't... No, I didn't do that yet. At the end of the week, and the weekend with traveling here and stuff was too busy. Ooh, there we go. So no, I haven't had time to do that. But it's going to be probably about 6 hours total. Less than that, but right around there. So, all right. So this looks like this might be pretty easy to do. I'm going to try to keep the pieces here together as much as possible to try and keep the sides like this. We're going to get into the guts of this thing. Sorry about all this, Tim. So you can see the inside, it doesn't matter what color it is. So we have all these blues and butter pieces to do this. I think that goes there. Okay. So what I want to try to do is keep this part of the wall as much as I can. I just want to get inside to where the innards are going to be. And I took some pictures of the ends so that I know how they go. So all this has to kind of go back together, but it has to allow these things to slide and the gearing and stuff to go. We shouldn't have to clear all of this out, just enough to get to where we need to. Right. That should be good actually, right here. Made some commands with timestamps for your... Oh, cool. Made some comments with timestamps for your... That color matter as long as it was... Well, yeah, the interior color. And as you can see, so I got when I was... I got this in a... it looks like butter. But a whole bunch of these in a lot from our... from one of our... Lego things that we did with the lug, and so it filled in and made perfect perfect filler for doing this. So how are you guys doing tonight, by the way? What'd you guys have for dinner? It's always the question on everybody's mind. What was for dinner? And I think the doors actually have a big enough gap that I don't have to worry about going too far. By the way, that clock is wrong. It's about 6 minutes off. Pizza, all right. Pizza's always good. I had ravioli, and it was delicious. Okay, so we need to come over just a little bit more. Leave those up there. Alright. So depending on how he built this, I may have to go further, even deeper, because of the plating he used to go over top. But we'll see whenever we get there. Hopefully it's not as bad as I think it might be. And if so, we'll go to something else, because, well, this is a project I'm going to get started. I'm going to be working on the next 3 weeks. This and all the other little pieces for Hoth, because they all have to get ready for Brickfair in 3 weeks. So, oops, I don't want to do that. You had ravioli yesterday. Well, that's awesome. Ooh, that whole section's going to come off. Nice. I like it whenever things come off like that, because then it gives you an idea where they go. So this goes there, so then we can keep this section all together. The nice thing is too is, like, we can rebuild this kind of however we want, even make it bigger than it currently is, maybe not as smooth, but yeah, we'll see. So, oh, my cat just bumped the camera. My cat's just being annoying. So let's see how far we have to go. I know we have to go down another layer. Yeah, see all these? We have so many of these in here because it was just good filler. And made it so we could have a nice sturdy interior. There we go. We're getting down to the green. I'm hoping, I guess I could have opened the doors. Open the doors and see. So the green is just right there, and those plates aren't super big, so we might be okay. We might be okay. Let me bring this over a little bit so you can see where I'm. What I'm looking at. So you see this green here, this green. how big that is, how far over it goes. We have some large brick pieces here. What have you guys been working on? There were lots of, I don't know if you saw any of the leaks. Oh, look, so we use some Duplo bricks just as filler. So we got a couple Duplos in here. Lots of leaks to talk about. One of my favorites is, of course, Soundwave. Been waiting for him. So he is coming August 1st while I'm in Brickfair, so I'm gonna have to find a way to get him. But I am excited that he's coming out. Ooh, okay. So these green plates are bigger than I was anticipating. They go further that way, so we're gonna have to move this stuff out of the way more. Yeah. Unfortunate. But that's alright. It's part of life, part of the game, right? Just not sure how far over we'll have to go. But we will find out. So Soundwave is coming out. 180 bucks. 100 or 1,500 pieces roughly. He's going to have a sound brick in him. I'm not sure what it does. But he will have a sound brick, which is cool. He looks good. The box art looks really cool. And he will have 2 cassettes. Laserbeak and I believe Rumble or Ravage. I can't remember which. Yes, you did miss that question, Dusty. I did ask. So, yes. I had ravioli. So you did miss that question. But yeah, so Soundwave is going to be awesome. He looks good. And like I said, he definitely has Laserbeak, but I can't remember whether it's Rumble or Ravage that he has as cassettes, which would be cool. The other big announcement is they have the piece count and the price for the Enterprise D coming out on Black Friday, which tells me that they're not going to have a UCS Star Wars set. They're going to focus on the Enterprise, but, you know, we'll see, I guess. But yeah, the Enterprise D is coming out. It's going to have a bunch of figures. My favorite being that Will Riker is going to have his trombone. That'll be cool. That's particularly special to me because I play trombone, so it's kind of cool. Man, these green plates go all the way back. Where do they end? Do they end in the back here? No, so they're only, man. No? No what? Know that I play trombone? It'll be interesting to see what happens with that. I mean, like, I'm not a big Star Trek fan. I like Star Trek enough, but I'm not a big fan of it. So, to each their own. The funny thing is, without Star Trek, we wouldn't have Star Wars, and without Star Wars, we wouldn't have Star Trek. That's kind of the way it works, because Gene Roddenberry and George Lucas were contemporaries of each other. So, all right, can that come up? Oh man, I don't want to have to take that whole thing apart, but I might have to. Hey, you are. How you doing tonight? What did you have for dinner? Good to see you. We are working on this, talking about Lego leaks that have come out. Star Trek and Soundwave are my two biggies. Slowly taking this apart so we can make the doors open and close together, which will be fun. All right, let's see. How much of this can I take out together? Well, that's a big one right there, so let's... Chicken and ice cream. I'm not surprised you had ice cream. Should have known that, right? There we go. All right, so that's out. Yep, it does go over top. Okay, all right. Man, I don't want to have to take that. Well, you know what? We might not have to take all that apart. We do have to take these apart because they got things in the way, but that's all right. So Soundwave, my favorite of the bunch that's coming out though is going to be Wicket as a big fig, which will be cool. He looks really cool, except for his legs. They kind of look weird. They're like in close together. So that's something I will change as I build him, but definitely going to get that one because he looks really neat. So Wicket has a big fig to go along with the R2, the C-3PO, and the, well, we don't talk about the Chewbacca big fig here on this channel, so we'll just leave that. So yeah. Unfortunately, these green plates have to go. It's the only way to get... It's alright, we're going to do a little reimagining of this whole thing, I guess. So Wicket is going to be cool. I am looking forward to that. There's also an AT-ST UCS set coming out. This is all in August, by the way, August 1st. Okay. Now is that... Oop. Don't want the doors to knock over the pieces. Hold on. Oh, you didn't get to see. Got a little nano brick Kirby. He looks really cool. He's fire Kirby, and so I'm gonna make a regular Lego out of him. Yep, new botanicals are coming out. There's 2 of them coming out. All right. Yeah, he's a neat little dude. Very hard to put together because the pieces are so small, but I have a bunch of pink pieces, so I can make a Lego version of him. And I also have glowy red pieces too. That'll work. All right. So the question is, can I get away with? Ooh, this is a bigger mess than I thought it was going to be, but you know, what are you going to do? We called these sticks of butter because they're a light yellow. Looks a little bit more yellow on the camera, but that's all right. So that goes with that. Also have a lot of detail pieces to add to here. We got some. Let me show you. So we got these little pieces. These are 2x1s that are that have curved ends, but also have holes in them, so that we can hang down different sized teeth, like icicles and stuff, to go there. So I'm taking all this apart so I can use this gearing, these two things, to make the doors open and close at the same time. So they both open and they close at the same time. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm improving. Yeah. Teeth. Yes, teeth. Alright, so we are almost... Let's see, I don't know... Is that... So let me get more of this out, and we might be able to just take off the whole back wall, the way it's designed. Tim did a great job putting this together and figuring out the layering here. Okay, that section came out good. Yeah, the spikes, that's something that I wanted to do before, but we didn't have the project support pieces. We didn't get them yet, and I've had them for a while, but now it's the next couple weeks is crunch time. Put this all together. Yep, it is over there. Okay, so we are going to have to do this. You definitely built this well. All right, let's get the first one. Ooh, that's a nice long piece. Let's do this. Take all these, put them on. Keep them for later. I can do some roof sections as bigger pieces. I'm going to do it. Now we'll get that when we get the butter out. So essentially this whole, what I'm taking out now will actually be built up later. It'll still be built up, but it'll have to be done differently. Again, Duplo pieces. And there's more Duplos right here. You can't see them with the camera yet, but they are there. But they're curved Duplo pieces. It's kind of interesting. There we go. Oh yeah, nice. That whole section came off. Perfect. These are our front edging. This is what I really want to get, so. So I'll be doing this over the next couple weeks, like I said, and I'll actually probably stream some of it, you know, depending on what I'm working on or whatever, how interesting I think it is. You might find it totally interesting, and I wouldn't know. So, but I'll stream some things, but it's like I said, it's going to be a lot of work. All right, our first green is going to come off. I hope this whole thing doesn't. Yep. There we go. All right. So this is all that. This is holding everything up. All right. So our doors are here, and this is the part we need. So everything else here can stay. So I'm going to leave this together as is. Get to the next part here. Get the next green section off. So again, the less I take apart, the better off I am overall. This is the middle part, so we are gonna have to go further. So there is a ton of Lego here, and I have so much over here too, like over back here and stay here. I'll show you other Lego waiting to be used. Okay. So this whole thing is going to come apart now. Maybe not. It's fighting. Let's get rid of that. Put that down there. There we go. All right. There we go. That's what we wanted. We wanted to get to see the back end of everything. There we go. Yes, even more Lego. Yep. So we found out later that probably shouldn't have, but we got project support for finishing up this, and apparently you're not supposed to do project support for licensed things, but somehow we made this through and we're able to. So beats the heck out of me. So it is what it is. So let me get the back here. It's all gonna have to come off anyway, but I just want to get these first two to kind of get the movement established. How I want to do it. Alright, there we are. So what we have here is the opening. This can come off. We don't need that. What we do need is to get the positioning right. Now this whole thing now is heavy because like the whole thing can move. You see that movement because there's no bridge to it. So like both sides are like there's not much to them right now. So what we want to do, I want to keep that stuff there. Let's remove these two red things. I think that's about as far as we're going to be able to go. Oh, well, so. No possible legal trouble in the future. Nope. Alright. So what we want to do is, this is the length for each of these. So going up to this green one is actually perfect. So I'm going to take this off. These 3 tiles, because that's the very end that I want. Now you can see how that goes. I have a bag. It has a bunch of 2x1s with the hole in the middle. And so what we're gonna do is put, we got some red right here that's gonna run into it. Let me see if I can remove this. So we're gonna take this guy all the way out. Bye-bye. Ooh, maybe he can't. He should be able to. You shouldn't have anything. I know you're smooth. Oh, I see why. Tim put a stopper in so that it could only go so far. So that was pretty cool. Get it out. There we go. Which is smart. We'll have to put that back in, but it's smart to have the stopper so that it doesn't accidentally fall out. There we go. All right. That's the door. You can see the holes where the other two parts of the door go in. Got, yeah, go figure. All right, so this whole piece is gonna have to come off because there's two red bars under here that will run into this being on top. So we're gonna have to take off this whole thing and then put it back on after I get those off. But that shouldn't be too difficult, hopefully. So a red and a white bar, these two have to come off. Not a big deal, because I can take this part off. Get that out of the way. Duplicate blocks. There we go, nice and good. And then put two 2x2s in here. 2x2s, and the rest will work. So take those out. Actually, I don't think I even really need those in there at all. But I'll put the filler stuff in anyway. Oops. This one. Doesn't it? Oh, it goes here. No, see, now I'm confused. It goes here, and I had it backwards. There we go. Alright, that fits in. So I just need a couple of filler blocks right there to stick out. So let's just put it back together as is and put the door back in. Alright, there we go. So that's back. That's what I was thinking too. Well, no, this is not going to get put together exactly how it is. I have some pieces from it, but it all came apart in 1s and 2s and stuff like that. So it will not come apart that nicely. But there we go. That goes in there. Let's put our spacer brick, or our blocky brick right there. And then it can only go so far, which shouldn't be a problem anyway, because we're going to have gearing here. So this is going to go here. That should be good. All right. Okay. So let's get some of these 2x. Hey, cheap ass. No, I just started. This is going to be a fun project. Getting the gearing here for this all set up and everything and blocked out. It's going to be lots of fun. Ooh, should I do that? No, I don't need that. Let's get a whole bunch of 2x1s here. Like I said, I'm at least going to do just the one side tonight. Depends on how long this all takes. to get it all situated, because it is a big project. So. All right, so these are gonna hang down from up above and, you know, be solid. So. I'm gonna need a couple. Let's see. I am not done yet. No, I am not done. Let's go here. And 4x2. Right. That should still be enough. Go underneath. Nope, it's off by 1. Dang it. All right. So we're gonna have to take this guy back out. Oops. I just started from scratch. No, because there are certain things I wasn't gonna start over with. But like, that can come off. That should be clean. Very well made doors, by the way. They are very well made. How you doing tonight, cheap ass? What'd you have for dinner? It's always the question we ask you. What did you have for dinner? Okay, so I actually don't want to use this. I have other pieces I can use. We got these pieces here. Put I want everything to be kind of in the middle. So. And then these will run beside. So we got these in the middle, and then these will have support on the side, which is exactly what you want. Every other one, I think. Lots of surface to stick to. I do this here. I'm going to need these to be back on. But that's okay. Nice thing is, all of this can be hidden underneath. So. Need something a little bit longer there. Do not have anything. Go figure. Let's do this. That has the first track on. You can see it here, the yellow. First track on. This goes freely. Once those are all down, where they should be. Looks like that'll fit in there just fine. Or, I'm smart, which I think I am. I think I can take out this whole middle area. down underneath. I think that'll work. And of course, those do not want to come. Fill all these in. A little more. Otherwise, it's gonna run into each other. So I kind of want to do the whole thing. Smash light. Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah. So chickens, have fun. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, again, coloring doesn't matter. I was just sticking with the black ones, but coloring really doesn't matter. Add some color. Let's add a green. Let's add an orange. Add a yellow. There we go. Okay. Go this, so it's got, these have a part that is the gear, and then you have a hole here. That's what I want. I want the hole because I want to be able to put other things onto it and extend it out as far as I need to. This going across. I may still have to lift it up by one if it we'll see. Alright. Cool. So what I can do here is I can actually put this across this way as support. These are nice big plates, obviously. Chickens are not decorations. Chickens think they are people, though, I think. So. So what I'm gonna do is put this in. Oh, that's perfect. Let's work on the gear then. Because once we do one side, we can do the other sides. So the way this works is you need, in order to make the doors open with these, you have to make it so that these sit as far back as possible. So right there is actually where it's going to sit, so right here. And then the gearing goes through here, and so this one would sit as far back as possible. And then you have the gears go through. I think that'll work pretty good, actually. And actually, if I'm using these, I can actually flip this around this way. Oops. Put the gear on. We got a gear on there. Right up against the side. And then we build some supports around it, so it doesn't move anywhere. And nothing on here, so that so that goes there. This will be up one. That's going to be down one. Put this in there. Okay. It would get foul. You made it funny, man. You made it funny. Alright, let's get some more Technic. In order to do this right, it's going to need to have a lot of these, a lot of axles that go all the way across. But they'll need to be supported and joined together, and so lots of these to join the axles together. So we take one of these, join it together, we make a bigger axle, and then we're going to put these things on either side so that it stays. That one has a burr on it right there, so we can keep things, you know, from wiggling and stuff. So let's test this. I think these will work. Looks like it'll turn. If not, I'll use different gearing. Use that even. Actually might be better anyway. We'll see just how these smaller gears though work. So, okay. I know I had a couple smaller things. Need to put some flats on top so that I can get this all to be situated together. Pardon the Lego noise. Get some of these. Okay, so that's not moving anywhere, and there'll be more bracing to go. So. that's running into anything. Nope. Good. So now we got to work on the bottom part where we have this fun stuff going. The question is, can I do it right there? We will find out. Okay. Okay, that is too small of a gear to work, so we're going to use different gear, different bigger gear. It is up just a tiny bit too high, so we're going to force these down. Let's take this out, or push these down a little bit. Whoops. Both of them on this side. Now the gearing might be a little bit too difficult right now. Or not enough. So, if that is the case. It's right in the middle, so that's good. Ah, it is gonna work. We just gotta have everything solid. Okay, so let's do this. I'm gonna bridge everything, because once you start adding twisting motion and stuff, you're adding a lot of force that has to be accounted for. So we're gonna get everything solid enough that we can test to make sure it works. And then we will really put it together and rotate it. Soundwave looks pretty good. A little bit expensive, not a lot, but he's a little bit expensive. We were talking about that earlier. Coloring looks good. He has 2 tapes. The sound brick, it could be cool depending on what they do with it, but I don't know. Looks pretty good overall. Lego is expensive. It's gotten more expensive, and there's no reason for it right now. But, you know, what are you going to do? Now, the other one I'm kind of interested in for August is Wicket. Wicket looks good. Got to fix his legs a little bit. But other than that, he looks pretty good. So, I'm kind of excited for him. But I know how to fix his legs, so. Yes, all the Star Wars sets are bad overall. Like, Wicket is alright, the ATST is alright, but too expensive. Everything else looks bad. The clone tank looks bad. The, oh, look at that. Look at that. There we go. We got it. It's working. So once we get everything solidified, it will go. Look at that. There won't be any slippage. No way for it to slip, so. But yeah, that's how we're going to do it. That's how it stays together. I need some spacers in there in order to get that solid in there. And then what we can do is have like a thing up here, like whether it's like a turret or something that you spin and it makes the doors open. So I think that would be cool. Yeah, no, Lego is definitely being greedy as far as that goes. Look at that. It's spinning. Ah. What a pain, but it's working. Alright, now is anything else I can do there? Nope. It is what it is. So we're going to have all kinds of stuff hanging down here to hide the openings and stuff, but it'll work. Oh, my cat's down under here. All right. Look at that. It works. Yeah, they are really small. I'm not big on battle packs. I always thought they were kind of silly. But what do you think of the new battle pack that's come out or coming out? What is it, $45 or something like that? And it's just like, it just looks silly. Yep. Their new policy is definitely that. Okay. What time is it? Almost 9 o'clock. Okay. So I don't want to get involved on the other side right now because I have this working. I'm happy with it. I'll play around with the rest of it later. Let's do some fun stuff and try out something that I picked up over the course of our time. Well, it wasn't in Florida. I actually got it at auction, but it came too late for me to do anything with it. Look at that. That'll be beautiful. I can't wait. Let's move this out of the way. It's big, I know. And let's play the YouTube. I have no idea. Let's get this out and try it. So another levitation thing. Not sure how this opens because I haven't opened it yet. This is new. Okay. Box for my cat to play with. Yes, I am. I am coming to VA. That is definitely in the plan. So, coming with Hoth. That's what I'm working on. This is cool. So let me pull back the camera a little bit. There we go. Okay. So yeah, I'll be at Virginia. I'll probably have this there too, just playing around and having fun. So this thing is supposed to be for like doing like a display of like with a shoe and having it in between, but I'm gonna do it with something else. Like I did my floating babies. I want to do it with Lego. However, the difference is this one's cool because it's more powerful and it has an adjuster. So this is kind of neat. Okay. Don't know how it works, but we will find out. So it goes this way, I believe, because the plug-in is over here. Let's read the directions. That's first thing it says, this is not a toy. Do not drop or subject to rough handling. Okay, fine. Magnet inside. Gently put the magnet into the shoes. Okay, so the magnet is inside. Where? That is maybe in here. Oh, wait. Uh-oh. Maybe they didn't include the magnet. Maybe that's why it was at auction. Maybe they stole the magnet. Well, that'll be no fun. Interesting. All right, so let's see. Close that. Let me see if it'll open again. Nice and smooth. heavy, but there is no magnet with it, so that might be a problem. I don't know where it starts. Might get the new battle pack. Yeah, battle packs, I mean, like, the clones stuff has never been my thing. So, yeah, I think the magnet is supposed to be, like, right in this little indent here. It looks like it might not be here. I don't think it's... There's nothing shaking. So maybe it would work with my, but this is a magnet inside. Gently put the magnet into the shoe. So this is, like I said, this is supposed to be for shoes and like you display it so it can spin. I might, my other one, because it looks like it's circular, it might work with my other one that I have. Let me go, be right back. Let me go look. I don't think it's here. I'm just double checking it's not in the box. Where do I have? Trying to think where I have my other thing. Not over here. Be right back. Sorry. Let me go see if I can find it. Sorry about that. All right. See, I didn't even open this, so I didn't realize the magnet wasn't in there. So this is my original that we had the Space Baby levitating on. That was a hit at the Mars thing. So this is the magnet. Let's see if it works. It looks like, it's probably not supposed to be that big, but I guess we'll find out, huh? Plug this sucker in. Right, all the lights in my house are gonna dim. Ooh. Right. Colors work. So it says do not drop. First check the magnet. There's one magnet at the top and it's for levitation. The magnet is not in the correct position. The bottle will not work properly. Only use the adapter provided. The frame must be in place. Connect the adapter to the main. Place one hand on top of the bottle. Hold the bottle with the other hand. I like how they call it a bottle, but it's not a bottle. Maybe this is why it was at auction. Oop, oop. Alright, the magnet is there. But it does not seem to be going back and forth the way it should. It works. Well, there is a magnet up here. It's just, I don't know if it's... Carefully remove the hands and gently release the bottle. I don't know what, again, I don't know why they call it a bottle, so. might be that this thing just unfortunately does not work. Well, let's try it. On. Oh, changes color. Blue. Alright, so that works. Alright. On. Oh, I can make it so it changes color. Strobe. Ooh. Fade. Smooth. Okay, regular colors. Alright. So that's just, I think this is just the thing for the light itself. So unfortunately it doesn't look like this. And this might not be, I mean, this is the magnet for the other one that I have. This might not be the right magnet for it. Oh, you know what though? It's not as strong. 'Cause I can, ooh. I don't know if this does anything. Yeah, it doesn't look like this is gonna work. Yeah. And again, don't know, this is probably not the right magnet. Because again, this is for my other one. See, if I have it the other way, then it really is. Aw, I was really hoping I get to see it work. I was really hoping. I may have to take it apart and look at it, see if there's something loose or whatever. Using tips. How to light on and choose the color of your moon lamp. Oh, I know how to do that. That was easy. Very, very difficult English there. So, coloring works. That's nice. So, interesting. Have to play with it and try it out and see what needs to happen for it. So, all right, yeah, it's worth a shot. All right, we'll go back to more Lego building then. Let's turn that off for now. Plug that. Put this back. Yeah, because the magnet is definitely there. It's just does not appear to be doing its magnety thing with the electronics the way it's supposed to. So I only spent $2 on it, so we'll see what happens. Alright. So let's go back to this and put this stuff over here. I'll put this magnet where it belongs. We know this one works. And it's fun. So yeah, some other things coming out. Some cool botanicals are coming out. There's the whatchamacallit castle has made its debut, and it looks alright. Some people are not happy with it. Doesn't matter to me either way as far as the castle goes. Alright, so let's work on this again. We can lower the camera again because the cool stuff is down here. Yeah, I don't think it works either, but I'll have to play with it some more. So, all right, so got that. We'll have to put, like I said, I'm gonna have to put some spacers in there, just one, to do what it needs to do. But this is gonna work. Like it, I can see, you know, it's spinning, so it's gonna work great. We just gotta put the rest together. All right, so let's continue on making a mess. More Duplo blocks. Which, the funny thing is, like, most of this framing and stuff, if I could come from the bottom, it would be great, but, yeah. Maybe I could. Yes, I will eventually motorize the doors. Like, first is just to get everything to work, and then I'll put a motor to it. Let me see if I can come from the bottom. Because if I can, well, we have bracing here too, so I don't know if that's going to be possible. So we'll see. It'd be nice if we could. Maybe I can. Let's see. I know I'm turning this thing away, but the green goes all the way across in here, so. All right. But I mean, this has to come out anyway, so might as well go from the top. It's all right. Using pie bricks? What's pie bricks? This whole thing's gonna come out. There we go. There's bracing for you. Alright, here comes the whole butter thing. Alright, well that was easy enough, because it sound like the whatchamacallit thing. That was easy. Alright, so those. And more butter to come out. There we go, whole thing of butter. Your kids are well, you need to corral them up. All right, we almost got this part off, so. Last two. One. Oh, it's one of those bigger ones. Dang it. I'm just going to yank it out. Alright. So. This green has to go. Ooh. That'll make this whole thing go, unfortunately. Just because of the way it is, but it's okay. This needs to come out. Both of these need to come out. And that red needs to come out, so that needs to go. Yeah. Now I gotta do the same thing over here. That we did with the other side. We gotta essentially take this part apart and get those bracings out. I think the whole thing's just gonna come off. There we go. So I gotta get these two. Trying to show camera. These two bracings out. Like we did for the other one. I'm gonna bring them longer. Okay. This is the hard part, right here. Oh man, that was easier than I thought. So, section came off. Get those two braces. And they won't be in the way anymore for the sliding. I'm missing a couple pieces. I'm not sure this one. I think that goes in there. Maybe it's not. I'm okay with a gap. Okay, I gotta stand up so I can see. There we go. Alright. Back together, my friends. Alright. Plate has to come off. Ooh, this one's designed differently. Interesting. I have to put something in the middle here. Okay. Because otherwise, oh man, that's not going to have any support in there. So we're going to have to make some support. There we go. I feel like Peach. Here we go. Alright, so won't be able to use this because it would be in the way. It's too long. If we had half of one, it would be perfect, but we'll just make our own up. So, alright, so how deep is that? 3. So we need to build actually if we do that, do a 6. So this thing is how long? plus 2 here. I need a 2x2. And I'll cover over that. Sure, I have a thing of 2x2s somewhere. Oh well, that's all right. So, actually, a 3x2, which I do have, will work just fine. No, it's still, well, no, it'll be fine. It just has to go in between and fit perfectly. Like, we can't have any variation on it. So we need 2 and 2 and another 4. If I can fit this in there right, then we don't need to pull this whole thing out like we did the other one. It still needs to go. Still need to do one more higher. Yeah. There we go. Alright, so this needs some 1x1s and a whole bunch of these. It goes this way with the gear, goes on there. Bunch different colors. Colors don't matter. I just want them to end up being nice and smooth. Again, don't want to spill out the whole thing. Funny thing is, this one goes over top because it actually doesn't have, doesn't go all the way because it has a gap because that's where the teeth go in for the other door. So. Still need more. Hope you guys are having a great night. Finish this up and get it kind of connected a bit. One buys. Here. I know one of the. I think one of these. One of the things in there. Aha. There we go. 4x1. One more. another 4. That should be enough. Yeah. Perfect. All right. Slides under. Oh yeah. Ooh, we don't want to. Some of those 2x1s do not. Interesting. It's not fitting. Something is not going in where it should. Oh, there we go. Okay. That'll be almost the right length right there. So let's get some structure together for this whole thing. Here's Johnny. Okay, because that goes up there. Yeah, okay. So that's gonna all support there. Let's get this initially. Need to drop that. Stronger. Again, we're just getting kind of a framework set up here. Down. There we go. And it is sagging a bit because we don't have everything all supported, but we'll get it as close to good as we can. We'll use these, use the red bricks. To bridge it all together. Support things until we get it. Okay, another red here. Another one right there. Perfect. Okay, so that should be decently solid. You go on there. How did I do that? boxes. Keep that sitting up. There we go. And another one here. Okay. All right, our tracks work. Now let's put this together. So the idea is having them this far apart, so like when you just turn one shaft, the whole thing goes opposite ways. So that's how it works. Let's get another join. Might need that. And I may not have the gear that I need. That's the same as that one. I have another box. Well, that might work. I have another box of, but I don't know where it went. Like, we've moved some things around before we went to Florida and stuff, and I'm not sure where. Oh, nope, I do have one. There we go, perfect. But not sure where my other Technic box is, but you know, for right now, this'll do. So let's put that here. We're gonna do a whole bunch of those all along, so it stays straight. That's good there. A join probably needs to be two longer. Nope, not one of those. That is the same length. You have to do two shorter ones to get this to work. Very close. That goes there. Join. That might work. Guess we will find out. Ooh, that's very close. I don't know if that's quite gonna make it. Nope. We're gonna need to do shorter. No, not quite that long. That goes too. Still too long. Yeah. Spacer. Another spacer. And another joiner. There we go. I think we got what we need now. Get us what we want. Yep. Let's do two in there. Two here, and one here at least. Alright. So we need pushed down. We need those. There's some red ones here. It's all to make the right spacing underneath here so that this thing stays together. So we have that too. Alright, so we have some white on the underneath. They're gonna have to go, at least for now. Can always put those on later. Okay. Do I have any more 8s? If I have 8s, I'd be much happier. Lock it in as much as we can. There we go. There's all my 8s. Time to get 9:37. We'll finish this up and get it working as much as possible, and then we will be done for the night. Okay. Oh, that'll be perfect. I put spacing in there without even realizing. That's going to fit perfectly, actually. So, that's good. Another 2 bullets. Get that one. Oops. Put that down a little bit. Okay, so that fits good. That's all the size it should be. Getting there. One more to go, and then the gear itself. Actually, I should probably put that on because it's going to be tough to do. So that there. Move up. There we go. Cool. Alright. Again, I still have to put the spacer in there, but for right now, this will do. So tight. Everything is just very tight right there. In order to get it to fit into the studs. It should be fitting. Good. Oh, nope. That's not going to work because it's running into a block here. There we go. I was like, why won't that work? now. That makes sense. Oops. Still very tight. Last year. Back. Get our gear back on. Ah, put it on the wrong way. That would not work. Okay, that's right where it should be. Come on. Okay, that's where it should be. Cool. Alright, got some twisting going on, which is to be expected. So I gotta solidify back there a little bit. Hey Michelle, how you doing tonight? We are finishing up making it so that these doors open when you twist a thing. I haven't gotten to that point yet, just getting this part finished. Good to see you. What did you have for dinner? If you had dinner. If you didn't have dinner yet, then you don't know yet. Right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to bridge this. Nope. Bridge this over here. The twisting won't be as bad. There we go. See if I pull these apart, they go together. Like they go at the same time. So it's getting the leverage. Nope, bending. Cereal. Cereal is not a bad thing at all. Breakfast is amazing for dinner. Right, I gotta try and get that back there. Cereal can be very good for dinner, so totally get that. Totally get that. Hard part is trying to get all this. Oh, nice. That fit in there good. Alright. So let's get some of these also so they don't twist. There we go. So, packing your Legos. Alright, yeah. So we don't have enough leverage to do that. And I might have to redo the gearing the other way, put the bigger gear on that side and the smaller one on this side, we're having this drive that. But it does work. So if I open one of these, they both open. So it is done correctly. Just going to make sure the spacing is good. And yeah, make sure everything is solid in there and not rubbing against anything. I see some spots that might be rubbing, but I think if I change the gear ratio the other direction, I think it'll work better. So we got it. I think we got it working. So unfortunately the new magnet thing doesn't seem to work because it doesn't have the right magnet with it, or it's just not working at all. That remains to be seen. We'll play with that some other time. But yeah, so tonight is pretty much done. I did what I needed to do. There's a lot of just filling in and getting it back together, obviously, that has to happen once I get the gearing perfect the way it should be. But yeah, it is going to work. So, woohoo! It's awesome. So tomorrow is going to be another Lego Masters review with Krista and Marcella. They are back from Brick Rodeo, so I'm going to ask them about that, how their experience with just Brick Rodeo itself, and all their meeting back up with their Lego Master friends and stuff. And then sometime maybe this weekend or end of the week or whatever, I will be doing more of this, putting things together, putting details on this. There's a lot of detail to go, and I only have 3 weeks to do it. So thanks for tuning in so much. Really appreciate it. Like I said, tomorrow, 8 o'clock, same time, will be the Lego Masters Review Episode 7 with Krista and Marcella. So until then, as always, keep on building, and we will see you next time.